Hi everyone, it is currently 8 p.m. I think on Wednesday, and I usually don't film at night and I usually don't film without a plan, but I just picked up my camera 5 minutes ago and here we are, and we're gonna do a knitting journal flip through. If you don't know what a flip through is, I haven't watched one in forever. It was like the pandemic 2020. I was obsessed with watching people and their bullet journals. Basically everything from like reading journals until just like normal everyday stuff. They would at the end of the year go through their knitting journal. No, not knitting journal only. They used to be my favorite videos. I just haven't watched them in a while. So when I started knitting, I created this little knitting journal that I showed you in my Everything I Knit in 2022, I believe. Like all the years are just melting together. I don't even know anymore. And I was gonna do a flip through, but I felt like, you know, those people who like do flip throughs of their bullet journals, they're always so perfect and like they have this theme and you sit there thinking, oh my god, they have their whole life together. I don't. And I just thought my knitting journal, this chaotic thing, wasn't good enough to do like a flip through thing. So I just like showed it a little bit in that video. However, I'm like, I just want to do it because this is one from last year. And then for 2023, I decided to start with this. And these are Petite Knit journals, like Petite Knit notebooks. I don't think she sells them anymore, but I bought this big one from Lilla Garnbutiken a year ago, a yarn store in Gothenburg, and I just decided to use this one. And I was thinking we could actually go through both of them. I will do this one at the end because I also thought that this would be like a Everything I Knit in 2023 type of video. Not everything is in here because I unfortunately did not document everything. I made some gifts that I don't have pictures of, and as you maybe know, 2023 was my year of frogging. I frogged so much stuff. I started so many projects that didn't work out or I just didn't like them. So I've knitted way more than you can see in here. And yeah, I thought we would just go through it, I guess. And it's gonna be like random info about me. The ASMR that I love the most is like writing and like books. Ooh. So like if you want to, and if my mic is good enough, you could like put it in headphones, and I'm gonna try to be as relaxing as possible. I don't know. But yeah, like in school when people would be writing next to me, I would just be like listening to it because I just love the sound. So I'm hoping this will be a little bit like that. So yeah, I have not planned this, so you're gonna have to go through this with me. You can see one of the dogs behind me, and I just made myself some decaf coffee. So let's just have a good time. And let's see. I hope to dear God that you can see the things that I will show you. This is not very professional, but maybe next year I can do this better. So this was I thought I was gonna knit just as much as I did in 2022 and fill out this entire notebook. Spoiler, I did not. So this journal will also be what I do in what I use for 2024. So here we just have my name and then we have like table of contents. And I've been a good boy and I've written down all the things we have. So if I in the future want to go back, I can do that. But I think some of these things might be a bit embarrassing to me. I don't know. But I'm just gonna show you everything. So first of all, last year I started a project checklist and I ended up writing like plus 2024 because I will fill this out in 2024 because a lot of the projects these are things I wanted to do in January, like, so I just wrote them all down. For example, the Moonset tee, the Elizabeth blouse, the Ingrid sweater, and sweater number 17. Remember, I'm reading this the wrong direction. I wanted to do this for like 2 weeks in January, then I didn't want to do it again, you know? So like I've learned for 2024 that I will write a project here and check it off when it's finished, when I know I want to knit something, not just in preparation, because this is not satisfying to me and I need my journal to be a little bit satisfying. And here we have, I think I showed this in one video, It is Spring plus Summer Inspo, and I think I just love having pictures. I just print them out and it just does so much. I will tell you, I did not knit this, I did not knit this, I did not knit this, or anything in those colors, and I don't think that's why I put them in. I think this was just like the vibe that I wanted. I think what inspired me was just like the white, the light colors. And this is interesting. This is from 2022 when I was knitting my Friday slipover. When I had a desk in my room, I ended up removing that desk, and this was because I wanted another one again, because I loved sitting there and knitting. So this was like inspo to get myself a new desk, and since then I do have that desk where I sit and knit. Now this is a bit embarrassing. So when I was a kid, I used to love reading books, and then school kind of ruined that for me. I had a hard time in school, but I've been wanting to get back into books for so long, because like I started reading when I was like way earlier than all my other friends in school, in like kindergarten, but I just lost it for those reasons that I told you. So then I managed to get through my first book in years that was like not for school and stuff, and I was obsessed. I only gave it a 3.5. I'm sorry. It was Book Lovers by Emily Henry. So I was like, ooh, I'm such a book girl. I'm gonna need a book tracker in my journal. So this was gonna be my book knitting journal thing. It ended up not really happening. I have been reading and doing a lot of audiobooks, like way more than I usually do. So I have more books to put in here, but I think I will not have space for it, so I will end up maybe putting paper books or something. I don't really know, but so yeah, that hasn't been filled out. And now, babes, we have everything I knit in 2023. And like I said, this is not fully everything, but it kind of is. And it's 18 projects in total. So 7 sweaters, 2 dresses, 1 bag. I think it was 2 actually, but I don't know. 3 cardigans and other things, 5. So about like 18 projects something, you know? So it's the Marisia cardigan terrazzo sweater, for example. You can just read this and then we'll go through the pictures, which starts here. Last year, I also put the yarn in my knitting journal, which I loved, because imagine me when I'm like 50 and maybe I knit then, maybe I don't, but I can like go back and feel the yarn that is on the picture. However, I added these, my brown tags, I love them, but they took up so much space. You see how it's thick up here and thin down here, so I decided not to do that this year, which I really liked. So here we just have it on a piece of tape. However, I haven't done it to the other pictures, so that is something I will add in later on. But this is my Marisia cardigan, which was my first finished project for 2023. It was a test knit, and I really like it, and I really like the buttons. And if you haven't never seen my videos before, this is weird that this is gonna be your first one, because it's my like most low-key video ever, I believe. You can just go back and watch. I think if you just search my name on YouTube, and then whatever thing you see here, you can hear me talk more in detail about everything that I've knitted. And then it was my terrazzo sweater, and you see how this yarn is curly, if you remember, because I knitted it once in 2022, but I did not like how it fit, so I decided to re-knit it again. And this is one of Petite Knit's older patterns, which is like this size inclusivity is not really there, and I made a size medium at that point, and yeah, I decided to do an X large, and it's still, I think it's a bit too short for me. I never wear this, and I don't like the neckline, so I'm like, do I have to re-knit it again in this year? Maybe. But here you can kind of see the layout that I decided to do for my journal, because early on with this one I started writing a lot about projects, but I realized I will not do it if I have too much info. So here I decided to just write down what yarn I used, because that is something I find interesting, the time frame, and then the size. This is why I used Ravelry, because I really like going back and finding out these things. So I decided to just add that and then press in a picture and just doodle. So it's fun for me to add pictures, you know, not taking it too seriously. And if I don't have the energy to put it, I'm not a good like journal person. It's not like, oh, I finished a project, let me go write it down and print out a picture. Hell no. Like, I did not update this from like September, August until 2-3 weeks ago, because then I had the motivation to do it. So don't think that I'm like, yeah. And here we have another reading thing that I will need to fill out in 2024, because I did not get that far in my reading as I would have hoped. This will be filled out more in 2024. Now this might be one of the things I found a bit embarrassing. There was at some point in May where I was like, I need to add something. I think this was just like my month of May, and this is where I recovered from surgery, which is one of the reasons why I didn't knit a lot during the spring. So I also missed Sextagon and Otis, the yarn store that I work at, and we switched to the, I always forget what the word lokal is, but like the area where the store is. We switched it to the one in front of us. English is not Englishing. And I unfortunately missed that because I was at home sick. But here's a picture of me after surgery, still with my like sickness bands around my wrist, the first time there. And then these are flowers that my boss and my colleague sent me because I was at home. And this is Anne. Wow, you can really see, huh? This is Anne in the store holding the flowers that I sent her. So this was very exciting that this happened. Unfortunately, I missed it. This is a picture of a birthday gift that I got from Maria, Ulla Knitwear, for spring, and one of the little notes she had. And a project that, yes, I frogged, the pebble top, and then my knitting corner that has been updated once again. And then, I don't know, we have some test knitting here. Here's where I started test knitting for Maria. So here's me knitting on the bird sweater again, and then the fjord tee. And then we just have this Eurovision thing, right? We have Kerje, Ea, Blanca Paloma, and Loreen together, and then Kerje holding up a Liverpool thing, because Eurovision was held in Liverpool. And yeah, here's me in Gothenburg picking up my new camera and mic that I'm currently filming with, and that was a huge step for me. And then for Melodifestivalen, I don't know about Eurovision, but Melodifestivalen, Swedish national selection, we wear a lot of these feather boa things. So when I went to Melodifestivalen with my mom around this time, these were everywhere, because if you know, they shed like crazy. So this is a feather from the toilet floor. Nice. So yeah, this is my birch sweater that I just told you was a test knit for Maria. And here's me in the Raps fields having a good time. Oh, I added the yarn here, that's nice. And then my Mamba dress that is also a test knit for Maria, and they should be switched. I think I just wrote the wrong. Yeah, I finished this before this, but who ultimately cares? Not me. We have the Tia top, which I knitted just because I wanted something quick to knit. My English. I actually knitted this for Copy Dolls if they wanted it, but they forgot it on their trip here. But they ended up bringing this with them. So this is a picture of Kahila, either in California or, yeah, obviously in California, but either in San Diego or something, wearing my fjord tee. That was also a test knit for Maria. And then we have my Leon sweater that I finished when the girls was here. So that's why I have this spread of the Copy Dolls trip as well. If you don't know, these are my knitting friends from the US, and this was their second time visiting me in 2023 for summer. And it was such a good time. So here are some pictures of us. Here's me and Kalila in our matching bird sweaters. Me and Kahila looking at yarn. Us in the yarn store, and us at Midsummer. And yeah, they bought this beautiful yarn for me. This Leon sweater by Petit Knit is basically the sweater I've been using the most this year. Double Sunday peels like crazy, but I am de-peeling it every day because it's worth it. It is so soft and so pretty. From this point, like if we can just go back a little bit, like the Maurecia. Okay, well, I can find it. Like I had projects that took quite a long time, like a long dress on 4mm, and then this on 3mm, and then I was in recovery. So like at this point, we're already in like June, right? The end of June. So normally I would finish a lot more projects than that because I had the time, but at this point I didn't. So we're already in June. And here we have my, when did I start it? June, right? You can see better than me. You tell me. To August. This was my Cartier clutch. Love it. I've worn it. I've been to 2 Cartier concerts. I've been to one in December and one in October. In October, I remember this bag, but I just completely forgot it at home. I don't know why I didn't bring it to the December concert because I ended up meeting Cartier and I could have showed him my bag. But anyway, that didn't end up happening. This is a pattern by Petit Knit, and this is yet another test knit for Maria, Ulla Knitwear, and it was the not the dress. It took forever. July 1st to July 31st. Okay, it didn't take forever, but a month. Yeah, I wore it today actually. Yeah, another test knit. Like we're in September, dude. I didn't knit a lot, guys. But in between here, I knitted a lot of things that I ended up frogging halfway. So keep that in mind. Sand pillows. I have these on my bed every single day. Ooh. That is Copy Dolls. Snapchatting me, I'm sorry. And then my balloon sweater. Yeah. It's very pretty. I never wear it, but my mom wears it all the time because pink is more her color. My Clover sweater here with Knitting for Olive yarn. I've been wearing this all week. I found it in my drawer again and I absolutely love it. This picture is a bit, I was afraid to post this on Instagram because it's a bit weird and ugly. But so I decided to put it in my journal instead. Yes, and ended up showing you anyway. This is my sand cardigan. I still haven't taken good pictures in it. I just can't seem to make it look good. But this was also a test knit for Maria. So test knitted a lot this year. Thank you, Maria, for the opportunity. Ulla Knitwear. Don't forget to check out her patterns. And now we're getting to the end of the year. And my zipper sweater. Yeah, this was knitted with heavy merino and I love this. However, my zipper has come undone a little bit now at the top. So I need to sew that in. This happened like a month ago. Have I done it? No. I wear it almost every day and I'm like, I need to do this and I don't do it. But yeah, this was a 5mm project. I think it says here, when did I start it? August 19th and I finished it in December because it was on my needles for so long. I don't know why I didn't really want to knit it. I think it was because like here I had a test knit. That took forever because the sand cardigan is very long. So yeah, this ended up started it early, but then yeah. And this one I don't have a good picture of, but this is a Monday Sweater Junior that I knitted for the yarn store. So you can find it now if you go and visit Sexy Got a Note if you want to like see it. Maybe I can take a picture of it and put up on Ravelry, but it doesn't really matter. This was just to use up some yarn and to show it off so people can see what it looks like. And it's very cute and very soft. Highly recommend this hand-dyed mohair. Okay, forgive me, Magnum Opus? Magnum Opus? Do you call it that? English is not my first language. My Lume sweater. I was going to Finland in December again, and I wanted to wear a knitted item and take pictures of me in the snow with the huskies that we ended up visiting. Well, yeah, I accidentally filtered this. If you probably know that if you watched my last video, which was heart-wrenching. So this is the only picture I have of me in it. But then this is what I ended up doing instead. This is my dad with my new teddy bear that I call Pavey. And this is so misspelled. It's actually insane. Accidentally. Whatever. And I love her. She's also on my bed with my sand pillows every day. Like when life gives you lemons, a lot of people gave me super nice tips that you can like put a felted sweater in like water and conditioner and stretch it out. But I couldn't do it. It was just something in me that was just heartbroken, but I also didn't care. And I was like, I'm not gonna try and do that, and then it doesn't work out. I was like, I'm gonna do this instead. And I'm so happy that I did, because now she can sit in my future yarn room or just like hang out with me. And I've added Cartier earrings to her, and we can just maybe knit her a hat in the future, a lime green Cartier hat. I don't know, but you're gonna see more of Pavey for sure in the back of my videos. We love her. 2023 recap. Don't know what I was thinking 2 weeks ago I was gonna do here, but I'm gonna do something here, and then 2024 knitting inspo. This would be fun actually to add in. What I'm thinking of next year, I have no idea yet. I'm currently test knitting the season sweater for Maria. Let me bring you up again. Ow! Ow! Leaning on that hand. Hello. I think I'm very oily because I haven't fixed my makeup in a while. But I am currently test knitting for Maria again, the season sweater. And then I'm knitting this for the yarn store. That's actually very convenient that it's right here. It's a Sunday cardigan for the yarn store to show off our new Norwegian yarn. But it is so uneven for me that I think I will go down to 7. I'm knitting it on a 7.5. That is what I'll knit after my current test knit, which my goal is to finish it next week. And I'm thinking I might do a little vlog of me going to Melodifestivalen and whatever. I'm just so stressed with the things I need to knit that I haven't thought about what else really I want to knit. I have some ideas, but I will let you know. And then next year, or the end of 2024, you'll see what I put in here. But this is basically the end of this journal. And I did show you a little bit of this one in my other one, my everything I knit in 2022, but I thought it would be interesting. There we go. I thought it would be interesting to kind of see the difference. And there are some things I'm a bit ashamed of in the beginning. So let me just skip that over. Okay, so here is part 1 of my knit and crochet journey. And here's my first ever knit project. Pictures are so small, I hope you can see it. And then here's me with baby Signe. And I think I can say this. She's probably getting a sibling this year. So I'm thinking of making them matching sweaters. Yeah, these are just some projects that I made. And here's also a checklist for 2022. I did the same thing here where I would just write stuff. Because I thought I would want to knit it and then ended up not wanting to, so I'm not going to do that again. Here you can see that I used a gold pen, which was so annoying. Like, this was me trying to overcompensate in the beginning and then ended up doing just not as much. Going back and watching this is crazy. This is like the end of 2022. Or, no, end of 2021 actually. A crochet sweater. My first ever like knit in the round thingy. I jumped right into it. I made an Italian bind off the first time. It's not, I still have it though. It's, yeah, and then a vest, because Copy Dolls made a vest. Second Louisiana sweater. Yeah, you can kind of see here a little bit. So this was me just like recapping a bit. I'm a bit embarrassed. What am I going to show? Okay, not going to show that. Here, you can see that I was like, okay, I'm going to start this knitting journal and I'm going to document so much. I think like just here, yeah, I almost immediately made it less and less because it was just so annoying for me to just write everything down. But we're not going to go through all of these projects, but I'm just going to show you kind of difference. Maybe you will, if you followed me at this point, you might get some nostalgia. But yeah, this is like the Friday Slipover, the Louvre. You can just see the different aesthetic from this year and my latest journal. Sunday dress, and also kind of see how many more projects I made this year, my first year as a knitter. However, it was a lot of like slipovers, and so they took very fast. Like they didn't take a long time to knit. And yeah, this was just when I got my braces off, if you go back and watch my earlier videos, not telling you to do it, please, you can see that I had white braces. And it was my first time smiling in a picture in years. And I feel like my teeth has shifted because my smile is not that anymore. And this was my first day working in the yarn store together with Anna. And I was working on this so fast to try and finish it in time for that, to wear it in the yarn store. Then ended up making the Ingrid sweater as well. But yeah, still a lot of like tank tops and things. So this is summer, so already a lot more projects than this year. Yeah, oh, this is funny. Chunky Dahlia, that's what I'm wearing right now. And my movie sweater. It's a bit too short. I'm thinking of blocking it again and just, because I used to wear my stuff very short, but now I like my sweaters longer. So both my marble sweater and this one, for example, is too short for me for my legging nowadays. How cute. Yeah, here's another picture of her in the festival sweater that I made her, Signe. And she loves it. This is like, that's not very ASMR. This whole video has not been ASMR. Yeah, Copydoll strip, the first one. First time they came to Sweden. Here, I think what happened, because here, we're gonna get to this. I made a photo album for Copydolls that I sent to them. So I ordered all these pictures. So I think I also just ordered a bunch of pictures of like my projects and stuff to add in my journal. But I ended up just keeping it kind of how it is. So my favorite projects of that year. Yeah, then no more. And then here, I looked through this yesterday with Copydolls and I found this and I felt like such like a narcissist, but now you know. It's just a bunch of pictures of me. But I think I was supposed to add these in instead, and these look so much more professional, like glossy movie sweater, anchor tee. Look at all of this, dude. So I think like I might want to do this. Oh, but this in school in 5th grade, we had this guy in our class, bless his heart. No, actually, he ended up being very rude to me when he got older. But he had like himself as his phone background and himself as his phone case for years. And that's what I felt like when I found this little envelope. Yeah. Okay, so I hope you... Jesus. I'm sorry if I didn't talk enough about the projects, but I feel like you got a little... Yeah. And I might upload this tonight, honestly. And I will hopefully come back with a knitting vlog soon. My favorite thing has always been like my knitting vlogs, but I've always just been like, okay, so when I upload something this week, but I have like no knitting planned, then I need to start a fun project, or I need to go to a yarn store and film there. And I'm just like, I am a knitting channel, but I think there's so much more to me, especially nowadays. Like a year ago, before like starting to work in the yarn store, all I did was knit. So that was a really nice thing for me to start a knitting channel and talk about that. But now like I have this, you know how much I love Eurovision, and I follow all of these Eurovision people, and I really wanted to vlog my experience of going there this year. And I'm like, I've just been so scared of losing people and that people just want knitting content, even though you guys tell me that like you don't feel like that. And I understand that some very much do, but then maybe there's so much knitting people to watch and so many amazing projects. And I think I just want to take that load off of my shoulders, that everything has to be about knitting, because there has been so many things that I want to share that I end up like chicken out, just because I feel like there's no one judging me. It's just me in my head, like putting your thoughts into mine and like saying, you guys feel like this, you guys feel like that, when you haven't told me that. So I'm getting very inspired to just film stuff kind of like how I used to, and just bring you along to things. And I will timestamp all my videos, so if you're very interested in my knitting, there will be stuff like that, but I will try to include more of me and view YouTube I really like editing like my vlogs and stuff, but whenever I feel like I want to take up the camera and film, I'll do it, just like now. And yeah, I hope you'll want to follow along with me on that, and we'll see what happens. But that's because what I'm doing now, currently what I've done lately, I don't think it's very fun, and that's why I end up not uploading, because it takes a while for me to film those videos where it's like, yeah, I just think these things are more fun. So I hope you enjoy this, and I will see you soon again. I will say hopefully though, because you never know what's gonna happen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you, that's Cable Needle. I'll see you soon again. Bye.